take these straight into my BB edit. So here they are here. Here's the header and footer. Now, so the header defines what happens at the top of the page. Now, this is predominantly HTML, but there's a whole bunch of PHP inside it. If you're not familiar with PHP, don't worry yourselves. These are all just simple tags that Moodle uses. Information on these can be found in the Moodle docs. Again, I say check links at the bottom of the page. And it also links to a presentation I built about a year ago, which also goes through and defines them, but most of them are pretty self-explanatory. Here we have, this tag will show the heading, this tag will show a menu, this tag will show the editing button that we normally have on a Moodle page. Let me just go back, that will generate our turn editing on button. What else do we have? Where's the breadcrumb? Navigation, that'll generate our breadcrumb navigation. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. And some tags are also useful if statements, like if on the home page, do this. If not on the home page, else if, then do this. And this is great if you want to have the home page maybe have a nice big graphic on the home page header and not in other pages. Or if I was going to have the home page as a fixed width, like I say, if home, do this, and else, do something else. If we come back to it, I'll show you how you can do a very simple cheat, do a fixed width for the home page. So that's the header, and the footer is very similar. Here we go. This just starts the footer container. This shows, generate the help link, generate the Moodle docs link, show navigation, show a menu. That's gone through and just create this extra bit of stuff down here. So let's go through. Let's actually start off with some very simple stuff. Let's just look at the. Let's check. Let's start off with the footer, shall we? Because the footer looks nice and easy to start with. We've got a grey footer with a black line up the top. If I look at my demo site, again, if I turn my CSS view style information on, if I actually hover over the footer, I can see style information. And what's really annoying is, just to be my luck, there is no style information. But it is all surrounded in a footer div tag. Again, you can take my word for it, although if you want to see it yourself, let me just turn that off. If I was just to highlight that part of the page, not all of it, just that part of the page. Okay, this is being really annoying now, it's not highlighting. View selection source. I can see that, look, there it is, div ID footer. So we have a div tag there. So to emulate that, I'm going to edit the div tag. I'm going to make it so that the background of my footer div is that dark grey, and that there's going to be a black line above it. So let's talk about how we edit that. Well, funnily enough, it's in CSS. Let's go back to my CSS file. I'm doing colour here. The default themes are really well done because they've been done in a very self-explanatory manner where everything is separated with comments. There's all the calendar settings, here's all the blog settings, and if I just come further up here, we should have footer settings. There they are. So here's the settings for the footer. So there's nothing here for the footer yet, so I'm just going to go look for the footer. Let's make the background colour. I'm just guessing at this point just to show you, but we'll see how close I am. Let's refresh the right page, hit refresh, and it's gone all like grey, which obviously is incorrect. This is where I like my Photoshop. I could hunt through their CSS, or in this case, I'm just going to take a screenshot of their page. Paste it into Photoshop. I'm just going to use the eyedropper to quickly grab the colour. It is a cheat. You could go through the CSS and get it exactly, but it's just usually the way I like to work. I'm just going to use my eyedropper tool. Click on the grey, and there it is. 2E, 2E, 2E. Go back to my CSS. Paste that in. If I now go back to my demo site, we all have that wonderful grey colour. I don't want black text on top of that, obviously, so we're going to do another colour change. The colour change, I'm going to make the colour white. So if I just put colour, automatically it's going to make it so that that goes white. And also the link colour. Now that's one thing we were talking about fonts earlier, we didn't talk about link colour. So let's just have a quick look. Their links, if I go over them, if there are any, are all this dark red. Again, if I go to look at their CSS, view CSS, it's usually defined near the top of the page. Here we go. A link, colour is 9000. So I'm just going to quickly cheat, copy that while I'm here. And again, if we're in the color style sheet, we have the link is going to be, and I'm just going to paste that in. Whoop. You can also define a different hover color. It looks like on their page, let's just double check. There is no hover color, it's just an underline. So I'm also going to make the hover color exactly the same. Back to the demo site. There we go, everything's gone red. Red on grey though, not very strong. So I'm going to make it so that down here, the link will also be white. We can do that again in CSS. I'm again just staying in my color style sheet. If I come down to my footer information, where are we going here? I'm going to make it so the footer links are going to be white. If I've done my job correctly, see that this one has changed to white, but it's left the rest of the links as the same colour. Now we're also going to want to get a black line across the top. Simplest way of doing that is with a border, but in CSS we can define that the border only appears up the top. Now we could do it all in one string. In fact, for those of you who don't know your way around, I will happily show you this. We can actually say border is, actually I should redefine that, sorry. Border top is going to be black solid 5 pixels. If I go back to my site, we can see that we've just done that straight away. I am intentionally being difficult because I like to keep things separate. Well, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to say that the border top color here. I just like to keep these things separate for editing later on. I'm going to go into my layout information, which I keep layout stuff in. If I come down to my footer, which is in here somewhere, there it is, footer, and I'm actually going to put the solid 5 pixels right there. Now it's still going to have exactly the same effect, but I've just separated the two tags out. So you can see that very simply we have now got a footer looking like theirs, but there's a gap. What's causing the gap? Well, let's have a look. If I go CSS, view style information, if I actually hover over this area, oh, that's annoying, it's not telling me what's causing it. Let's try something else here. I actually believe I know the fault. It'll be the layout table. I guess I'm also highlighting, and I wasn't meaning to, that the tool isn't always perfect. But I'm pretty certain the layout table has actually got a padding at the bottom of it. So let's have a quick look into our theme and see if we can find what's causing that to happen. So if I have a look at my footer, oh, here we have it. I don't know why I didn't show. Margin top is 40. I don't want to margin up the top, I want them to meet. So let's just make that 0. Come in, refresh the page. There they go. Look at that, they're now joined up. So we are now very quickly able to emulate look and feel of that page. Now that's the footer done, that's the easy one. Let's talk about the header. Now the header is also white, it makes it look like it's one big table. So let's go through and quickly see if we can also do the same information. Check out our Moodle, come into the color CSS again. Here's header. Now they haven't defined anything in the header information here. If we have a look at our other one here, sorry, you've got two different types of div tag. You've got header and header home. The reason for the two is so that the home one can look different to the ones on every other page. If we want to edit both at the same time, we can also do that by doing the following. So I'm going to inherit color information. I'm going to put hash header, comma, hash header home. This means it'll apply the change to both of them. I'm going to go background color is white. Again, if I've done my job correctly, hit refresh, we've seen this gone down to white. Now, wait a second, what's going on here? Well, if we go through and have a look at the HTML file,